Aye, beautiful beings. I'm Crystal and welcome to day 12 of this 31 days self-love yoga journey. Today we are gonna move and groove. So get yourself ready and let's begin. For today's practice, we're going to get started in a tabletop position. So taking the wrists under the shoulders, the knees under the hips. And we're going to move through any organic movement that feels good to us in this moment. So we can move through cat-cow, dropping the belly with an inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, turn around through the spine, tuck the chin towards the chest. We might bump the hips from side to side, taking the gaze over the shoulder. Circling the hips, coming back to child's pose. You get to decide. You are your own guide. So find some fluid movement here as we get into our little groove. Tuning into the body and honoring it through our movement, by connecting to our breath. So we'll be here for around 3 to 5 more cycles of breath. And returning to stillness. Walk the hands forward an inch or two, keeping them shoulder distance apart. Fingertips spread out. Tuck the toes under and lift the hips up and back towards downward facing dog. Bending into one knee at a time, helping to ease yourself into the shape as we warm up through the backs of the legs. Coming to stillness before finding our next little flow. From our downward dog, we're going to shift forward towards plank as we inhale. As we exhale, we're going to bend through the knees and send the hips up and back to down dog. So inhale takes you forward to plank. Exhale, hips up and back, down dog. So find your groove, go at your pace. Inhale to plank, exhale, down dog. Going with your own flow. We'll do this 3 more times. The next time you're in plank pose, with an exhale, we're going to lower down to our bellies with as much control as possible. Spreading out the fingertips underneath the shoulders, coming flat on the feet. With an inhale, loop the shoulders up and back, press away from the earth, open the chest, cobra. Exhale, float the forehead down, and making your way up towards all fours. Crossing the ankles behind you, moving through to a seat. And from this seat, we're going to plant the left hand down on the earth beside us. And with an inhale, lift and reach right arm up and overhead, stretching through the whole side of the body here, keeping both the sits bones connected to the earth. And exhale, float the arm down. Planting that hand onto the earth, inhale, lift and reach left arm up and overhead. Gaze up, heart is lifted. And exhale, float it down. So let's keep this going. Find your groove. Feel this expansion that you're creating through both the sides of the body. Connecting the breath to the movement to the breath. You might find that you're able to stretch a little bit deeper over time. Let's do this one more time on each side to balance it out. And returning to our seat once that is complete. From here, we're going to come back to our tabletop shape. Walk the hands forward an inch or two, spread out the fingers, feet stay hip distance apart, tuck the toes under and start to lift the hips up and back to downward facing dog. With an inhale, take your gaze forward. We're going to make our way to the top of our mat. So you can jump, you can hop, step your way up to the top and exhale in your fold. You can bend through your knees as much as you need to. And with an inhale, we're gonna lift and rise nice and high, palms kiss, overhead, lean back slightly, and exhale, float the arms down. Now we're gonna come to step our feet out nice and wide, lengthways of our mat. And we're gonna take our feet so they're pointing towards the corners of the mat. So the feet are not parallel, they're out at an angle. And so we're gonna move and groove, really light the fire within, especially in the thighs, through some dragon lunges. So for our dragon lunges, I'm gonna start at the right side. So taking your index finger to your thumb, with one arm, reaching this arm up and overhead and bending into the same knee as the lifted arm. Reaching opposite arm out nice and extended. And so we might be able to come around here. You might be able to come deeper into this lunge. So wherever you are, we're going to move into the center, gather up energy and goodness from the earth, and inhale, lift and rise. Coming to the other side. So index finger to thumb, extending opposite arm out, bending into the same side of your leg as the same arm, bending into that knee, coming down as low as you can, coming to the middle, scoop up some energy and rise. So let's get this going. You can move at your own pace. Big hip opener here. So feel this fire within igniting through these dragon lunges. It might also feel different on either side. We're gonna do one more on either side to balance it out. And once that is complete, float your hands down, taking your feet back together at the top of your mats. Breathe, ground your feet on the earth. Let's inhale, lift and reach our hands to the sky. Lean back slightly and exhale to float down. Step one foot back, lower that knee. Step the other foot back, lower that knee. So from this tabletop position, we're gonna find a little thread the needle flow. So let's start with our left hand. We're gonna inhale as we reach up to the sky, open the chest. With an exhale, flipping that palm so it's facing up, slide it behind the right wrist, lowering down onto the left shoulder, left side of the face. And inhale, reach back up. Exhale, thread the needle, lower down. Inhale, lift and rise. 3 more times. Moving and grooving at the pace of your breath. Last one. And returning to tabletop once that is complete for you. Same thing on the other side. Inhale, lift right arm up or opposite arm from last time. Exhale, thread the needle, palm faces up, coming down onto the shoulder, the side of the face. And inhale, lift and rise. Exhale, thread the needle. 3 more times. Opening through the chest, the shoulders. Connecting the movement to breath. One last round here. And returning to tabletop. Crisscrossing the ankles behind, coming through to a seat. From here, we're going to inhale, lift and reach your hands up. Exhale, float them down. Twice more like that. Inhale, lift and reach. Exhale. One last time. And bring your hands down in front of your heart. Relaxing the hands down now. After our moving and grooving, we're gonna find some stillness. So you can stay here in a seat or you can lie down. Wherever you land, closing the eyes. Coming into stillness after this moving and grooving, shaking things up within, stirring up the energies. And so we're now just allowing for these energies to land, to settle. And I know that today was a short and sweet practice, but perhaps you're feeling some differences within the body or the mind. Perhaps you're feeling this fiery energy from the dragon lunges, or maybe you're feeling connected to the fluid nature of water. And maybe you're feeling nice and grounded in this moment. Maybe you felt really connected to air, to your breath. So settling to some stillness for a few more moments here. Wherever you are, let's take in the deepest breath that we've taken in all day and sigh it out with an exhale. So breathing in, sigh it out. You can stay in stillness for as long as you need. But if you're ready to reawaken the body, start to invite some movement to the fingers, the toes. Yawn out the body in any way that suits you right now. And if you are ready to seal in this practice, then I invite you to join me in a seat if you're not already here. Lifting up through the spine. Let's inhale in, lift and reach our fingertips up, palms kiss. And exhale as we take our hands down in front of our heart center. Breathing in here. And breathing out as you bow to your sweet heart. Giving thanks to yourself for showing up for this practice. Giving thanks to the ancient practice of yoga and sealing this practice in any way that feels right for you. Thank you all so much for moving and grooving with me today. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.